Guerrier and Moses Wright to jump center. Lee Cassell, Terry Henderson, and Brent Hampton, the officials today, and Georgia Tech controls the opening tip.
Once it gets into that corner area, there could be a trap coming, so you got to make a good, quick decision.
Here's Moses Wright, who had 33 in a game against Syracuse last year. Look at the starting five for Georgia Tech. Devoe is their leading scorer in conference play, and Moses Wright doing work down low. Guerrier looking for help. Georgia Tech employs a zone as well. Alvarado ahead of the pack, and an 8-0 start for the Ramblin' Wreck.
Confusing, because we played up against it. They do a great job in the rotations. They make a lot of extra efforts in those rotations. Get the ball reversed from one side of the court to the other and get Buddy Boeheim an open opportunity. Woo.
Alan Griffin, hero three, it goes at this stage of the season.
Oh, absolutely. But this is also a coach's ploy to continue to motivate and challenge his guys to get to another level.
Into the game, checking in for Dolezaj.
Yeah, I think they want to bring some more size in that zone.
And right there for the rebound.
Yeah, those are shots Buddy's been making. He gets to a spot, elevates up, and finishes.
Moses Wright having his way early. He's got 6. The great player development stories in the history of this league.
Oh, absolutely. Talented young man. Really worked hard, bought into the system, and you can see all of that hard work paying off.
And when you think about Jim Boeheim's best teams over the years, go back to the 80s, Pearl, Sherman Douglas, and then Jason Hart, Adrian Autry, Jerry McNamara.
And skill. And that last possession right there, Syracuse gets a paint touch and a scoring opportunity. They got to continue to attack the paint. That's where they work their best magic. Zone on that ACC logo.
Griffin leans into one. Alan Griffin with another basket.
Yeah, Braswell's a very talented young player. He's got to do a little bit more mixing up his shot and not just settle for threes all the time.
Danny Devoe has been the X factor for Georgia Tech. He's been a little up and down this season, but when he plays well, the odds are strong Georgia Tech's going to win.
Georgia Tech defense is doing a really good job of staying in front of the Syracuse offense. Costly mistakes.
Alvarado weaving in. Great feed on the back door. Khalid Moore. Devoe. Now they're getting some great looks on that baseline. Jim Boeheim doesn't like it. Here's Wright. He's been dangerous in the high post. Back iron. The follow is there.
4 points in the paint for Georgia Tech.
Largest lead for Georgia Tech. And Girard knocks it down from the outside.
Really big for the Syracuse team.
Nifty move by Edwards. Couldn't finish. Engulfed at the rim. Griffin on cleanup duty. And 14 for the Illinois transfer.
Pin down of some sort. Trying to get himself going again.
Instead, it's Griffin. He's got 17. Griffin has picked up the scoring slack.
Yeah,
8 unanswered by Syracuse.
Griffin's on fire right now. He's got to maintain that aggressiveness to keep his team hanging around.
There's a heat check. After Georgia Tech took its biggest lead.
Oh, great ball movement.
Moses Wright.
Woo, great ball movement. Usher flashes into that high post. Moses Wright cuts to the basket for a strong finish on top of the rim.
Guerrier has just tied the game at 31.
Yeah, Syracuse has got to feel really good about the position that they're in right now. Nice shot on that baseline by Moore.
What's changed here defensively for Syracuse for them to come back?
Well, I think they've turned up their activity level defensively and gotten out in transition a little bit more, and we talked about it.
Guerrier was calling for it and knocks it down. Syracuse. Alvarado's been more of a facilitator, finding Usher. That looked like goaltending. It wasn't called. They tried to go inside right away. They'll try it again, and that might be 4. on Dolezaj. It's going to be 4 on Dolezaj. Scoreless today. He only played 6 minutes in the first half.
Dolezaj is someone that's versatile. He's a glue playmaker for that Syracuse team. Tech's going to need more scoring from Devoe and Alvarado in order to win this ball game.
How about Moses Wright? 14 points, 10 rebounds, 3 straight double-doubles.
Syracuse did a good job of that in the first half.
Guerrier the scoop. Edwards couldn't handle it. Boeheim the follow. Guerrier off the shot fake against the smaller Usher. The basket plus the foul.
You're absolutely right. This young man is an effort and energy guy. He rebounds, he guards, he brings his hard hat to the game every time he steps out there on the court. Guerrier
Steps back and hits the jumper. He's got 11.
That's some very smart play, if you ask me. Question your team.
That's half the battle this year, showing up on game day with 1, enough players, and 2, your key players.
Absolutely is. Nice shot by Devoe. Tech needs some really good ball movement here. Look for him to get the ball on the high post or on the baseline against that zone.
Picking it apart, and Moses Wright shows violence.
Yes. Flash to the high post, drop down to the baseline cutter, boom.
Griffin drops it off, and Edwards flashing a little offensive game. And Usher off the scramble. Up ahead, the outlet to Wright.
Great vision by Usher.
Bring him in if you're Jim Boeheim.
Well, I think if you're still hanging around within 5 to 6 points, you can continue to keep him there. But if it gets any wider than that, you've got to bring him in because he's so important to this team.
Into the high post and Wright. Quick pass to Usher. 13 for Usher to go along with 5 assists and 5 rebounds.
Standing when their bodies are being encroached upon and drawing fouls.
Alvarado ahead to Devoe. 15 for Devoe, and the lead is 6. Syracuse didn't feel comfortable going there. Now the missed shot. Devoe pushing. The lob, and Usher above the rim.
Jordan Usher with the great hustle and running the wing. Finish, reward yourself.
Usher to Wright, another dunk. They are picking apart the zone, and it's been those two.
This to Usher. They're doing a great job.
21 and 14 for Wright. Edwards on a nifty feed by Boeheim.
Syracuse now has got to get the ball to the paint, score it. Then they've got to start extending their defensive pressure to get back in this ball game.
Richmond, great crossover to Edwards. Kadari Richmond.
Time of the year.
Able to break the press. Wright cleaning up down low. And it's Moses Wright keeping it alive, but Girard able to come up with it. Now Richmond down the lane, leaves it for Dolezaj. And it's a 6-point game.
For a trap, make a good decision from there.
Moses Wright gets the roll and the foul. Robert Braswell in there. Tech breaks the press with ease. Devoe leaves it for Moses Wright. Boy, he's been eating at the food cart.
Yes, he has. Another steal by Alvarado in transition. What a great heads-up play. Oh, my goodness.
The rise of the House of Usher.
Usher. Strong finish on top of the rim.
Fell off the bubble after a loss to Duke on Monday. Needed this one desperately. Tech withstood the late first half charge. And Georgia Tech having no trouble with this press. Until then, they got it up across half court. Then Alvarado turned it over. Richmond to Boeheim, playing wingman. It's good. It's 75-67.
Syracuse is doing a really good job of coming from behind the ball handler and back tapping the basketball.
Devoe +1.
You got to keep an eye on Alvarado. He's got 4 fouls. So he's really got to do a great job of playing defense with his head and with his feet. I like that matchup with him bringing it up against one of the Syracuse bigs opposed to some of these guards from Syracuse.
Wright calling for it and finishes with authority.
Second chance opportunities with rebounds.
Oh, that's been the story in a lot of ways. 25 offensive rebounds coming from Bubba Parham, former scoring champion in the SoCon.
It always seems to happen that way. You give up an offensive rebound and it costs you 3 points.
It's going to be 4 wins in a row, and this is a veteran team that looks poised to get back to the NCAA tournament for the first time in more than a decade.
Great win for this Georgia Tech team.